record. Recorded live with little or no editing. It's Defense Up. I'm Run 7. How you doing? Today we're going over Mr. J's defense. We create on 5 different criteria. It's who you're using, their placement, their power levels, their ISOs, and what kind of mood I'm in. Remember, the description of all the teams that we're doing are down below, so you can just slide until you see the team you want. If you're interested in skipping ahead, feel free to do so. While you're down there, hit that like button. It does help me out. All right, team number 1. Sorry about the size of these picks. Sometimes it's hard to crop them just right. We've got... Mercs with Shuri and Surfer. Now, personally, I think if you're going to run Surfer on this team, you just put Shuri elsewhere. She's not, like, you're sacrificing so much of Taskmaster's speed by putting in non-Merc characters. It's better to keep another Merc in there, preferably. I like Korath the Pursuer because he's going to trigger Taskmaster that much faster. You can get a lot more value out of your Taskmaster. This Taskmaster is the biggest of the Mercs, and it's kind of set up, you can't see, but Taskmaster is a skirmisher, Silver Surfer is a striker, and Shuri is a healer. So you're going to be triggering your Taskmaster to do a triple tap. And so you kind of want somebody like Korath the Pursuer in here instead of Shuri. Shuri's built up big. If your Korath the Pursuer isn't built up, it's something to do. On an evenly built team, that's kind of the way to do it. Surfer kind of just adds to that explosive opener, throws in that ability block for some RNG factor. You've got your adjacent minions adjacent to Surfer, giving him all the benefits. And you've got them with their native ISOs. Now, personally, I think you should go ahead and make them strikers. You've got Shuri in here healing everybody, so you don't need Lieutenant as a healer. Also, it's pointless putting the Fortifier on this Merc because this one's going to drop below 50% if somebody goes in there with an X-Force. Although if you go in with your X-Force, Surfer's probably going to kill that team because they can't hang with his speed. So... is what it is. My biggest concern here is I think we should just replace Shuri with a different Merc to help speed up Taskmaster, and then you could use Shuri someplace else. Otherwise, everything here is pretty good. I'm just going to go A-. I don't like that choice, but it's not a terrible choice on who you're using. Okay, Symbiotes. We've got Striker, Raider, and Skirmisher down here at the bottom. These two are Strikers. I like this. I think maybe... yeah, placement's fine. ISOs are fine. I would think maybe change her to a Skirmisher or a Raider, but we're doing okay. You've got 3 strikers and only 2 people putting out vulnerables. It's pretty close. It's Symbiotes. It's on defense. It's nothing to get excited about. I'm going to go A- with that. Probably could have done a better choice on that one ISO is all. Okay, we got the new Emmarauders with Madelyne in there. We're going to start seeing a lot of this. She is pretty good. Just as putting her in there at gear tier level 12, 6664 on the abilities. I think if you're going to T4 some abilities, probably go with her basic, and her passive could work well together as a striker build on her. That's the way I'm doing it. Haven't tested her a lot. She's kind of new. So she is a flex pick for defense. I don't think she's going to carry a lot of value elsewhere, being we have everything we need for every category she covers. However, throw her in here just like this. Look at that, 4 stars on her. That's pretty cool. We have Fortifier over here. I like it. Skirmisher, Striker, Healer, and Skirmisher. I think this is an absolutely perfect build. One placement tweak you might consider is swapping Madelyne with Emma, as Emma is bigger in case... I mean, just pulling her out of the middle and putting her in the corner. You know, usually your squishier players, you want to put them off to the side, or your tanks off to the side. So I think you should just swap her out of the middle so she's not taking so much splash damage when anybody's attacking these two. But not going to make much of a difference on this team. So I'm going to go ahead and give you the A, but I would like to see that placement swap. All right, Web Warriors, we've got Raider, Striker, and Raider on the bottom row there. Those ISOs are fine. It's a Web Warrior build. The placement is good enough. I kind of think maybe Ghost should be out here to the outside, but it's not really a big deal. With him going invisible on the opener, it's not like anybody's going to be hitting these 3 or anything, so it really doesn't matter too much. I think it's fine. A for the team. Moving on, team number 5 is Secret Adventures with Coulson and... Kestrel. Coulson on this has a lot of shield synergy. He's good at opening up. This is a great team in a security or adjacent to security room. I like the ISOs. I like the placement. Coulson's a much better pick than Fury. Don't ever be putting Fury on on defense, because then it creates more counters for this team. Without Fury being on it, it's really hard to get the Symbiotes or the Axemen in here. You'll still can with the Axemen, but it's a much tougher fight. Okay, yeah, I like Coulson as a striker on this team. You've got 3 people putting out vulnerables, 1 person, 2 people. Oh, I'm sorry. 2 people putting out vulnerables, 2 people soaking them up. That works. Coulson's basic has some turn meter rewind, so it's a great pick here. I like that team. You get an A. Team number 6 on the bottom row, we have Striker, Skirmisher, and Raider down here. I like Blob as a skirmisher on defense. I only like him as a striker on his Brotherhood 2.0 full team, because you control where he attacks and attacking into vulnerables and whatnot. You're just not getting a lot of turn meter rewind with this. You've only got 2 Brotherhood mutants here for activating his turn meter rewind. Or wait, is it Brotherhood? I think it's Brotherhood. So okay, so you got 3 people, but he doesn't have a lot of vulnerables or disrupts to go into. Yes, you get some disrupts here, and yes, you get some disrupts here, but it's just not enough. I like him better as a skirmisher. He's still going to be counterattacking a little bit, putting those vulnerables out there. The other ISOs are great. The only thing wrong with this is your team is a little bit lopsided. Anything big enough to take down this Doom is kind of going to take out this Brotherhood team just with their splash damage. But it is a good team to be running right now, because you use your X Factor with Rhino into this team, and then you don't have X Factor with Zemo to go into the YA. So I do like running this team, even if the power levels are wonky. So I would say try and build it up a little bit more. Might consider changing that ISO depending on where you want to use your Brotherhood team. And otherwise, everything here is fine. It's good enough. So I can give you the A for that. I'd just like to see it developed a little bit further. Team number 7 is the New Warriors with Scarlet Witch and Doc Ock. Hey, this is a good spot for your Scarlet Witch, prolonging all those blinds and those offense downs, negative effects and stuff. Doc Ock giving some cover to these 2 members, and she's giving her offense up to these 2 members. I think that's good placement. I was going to say I'd like to see Dagger next to Doc Ock to give her some cover, because she's kind of a hot target, but then you'd be giving the offense up to Doc Ock, and he doesn't really need it because he's going to end up giving it to himself after he summons somebody on defense. So this is a great placement. It's a really good idea to do something with your Scarlet Witch. I'll have to test it out to see how it times out, but I think that's going to play well, actually. You've got 2 strikers and technically 3 people giving out vulnerables, so everything's looking really good right there. I'm going to give you an A+ for trying something new and doing it right. Good job. Team number 8 is the Heroes for Hire. We've got great placement. We've got great ISOs. We got Healer, Striker, Skirmisher for those who are trying to squint at the screen. You can run Skirmisher, Healer, Raider on Iron Fist. Doesn't really matter. It's just the counters that come into this team use a lot of heal blocks, so that Healer ISO doesn't get as much value as you think. This is fine. I was talking with, who was I talking to? Somebody was talking to me in the comments, both on YouTube and in Discord. And we were talking about a new placement for this. And I don't have it written down in front of me, what the ideal placement is. But basically, I think this is actually it right here. What they were telling me, and I forget who I was talking to. I'll have to prop them later. What they were telling me is that when Luke Cage is taunting, they like having him with Misty Knight and Shang-Chi adjacent. So putting Luke Cage in the middle with Shang-Chi and Misty Knight on the corners is kind of a bad way to clump them together, because that's a really good 3-piece clump you can get for like rewinding turn meter with Lady Deathstrike and stuff like that. So they were talking about putting Luke Cage in this back corner here in the back row, keeping Misty Knight over here and Shang-Chi further away from him like this. So great placement is what I'm trying to say. A for the team. Moving on. Team number 9. Let's see here. This is a YA with Black Bull. We still have her in the corner. I don't like her in the corner for the same reasons we don't put Luke Cage in the corner. You don't want her getting disrupted. I don't know about Squirrel Girl. Squirrel Girl could probably be disrupted, and who cares? But yeah, let's swap her out of there and maybe put one of your squishier members off in the corner. Probably Echo would be a good thing. Man, when Nico comes out, Nico and Echo, I'm going to be getting those names mixed up. I can tell you that right now. Yeah, I would swap Echo into the corner for Ms. Marvel. Black Bolt gives Ms. Marvel like 50% health, a huge boost. He's a blaster, not a brawler, unfortunately, but he's also great for cleanup when this team can't quite push him over the edge. He's there to ping him off the field. It's a good build. Everybody's striker, and she's a skirmisher, getting those triple hit combos. Great job, A for the team. Number 10 is a Chavez Eternal team with MLF. Wow. Okay, so this is something new also. We got MLF in the corner. She's going to be helping screw up when those speedy Eternal counters come in. I haven't tested this. I don't know how it's going to time out going into it. Like if I could go into it, oh, what would I do? You know, normally I would probably use my Eternals plus Doom and just take those 3 in there and hope that Doom gets knocked into the sweet spot and takes Icarus on a time platform ride to come back. But I don't know, MLF might screw that team up with her little situation going on there. What I would like to see for sure, I think you should change places with MLF and Icarus. You've got her speeding her up, so no Zemo's gonna get in front of her no matter what. She's gonna go rewind the turn meter, then MLF is gonna get sped up to make sure any kind of counter that Run 7 thought of doesn't work. Because I'm pretty sure if she sped up that much, then my counter that I just said would not work. She would just screw up my Eternals and my Doom. So, and that would then give Icarus enough time on the corner to do his, and I think this would almost be unbeatable. I mean, I'm sure there's a counter for this defense, but I think you should swap places there, and I think that would probably be the absolute best thing you could do. Yeah, you're trying something new. I haven't seen this before. It already works amazing. Probably I would give you an A+, but I do think you need to swap those too. So you get an A for that. It's a really good team, and I think we should be checking this out. So hopefully somebody on my alliance can throw this up on defense, and I can test it today on stream. Speaking of stream, if you want to come find me Tuesdays and Thursdays, we're doing a bonus stream right now on a Monday recording these. I like to throw out some extra streams once in a while. If you like what you saw, hit like, subscribe, all that stuff. Remember, guys, don't just have a good game, be good to yourselves and others too, and I'll catch you next time. Bye.